Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Mama Smiley 21, or you can call me Smiley for short. Today's video is going to be about the Coral 7 Essentials. The brush pack that we're going to be going over today is called the Coral Reef Essentials. And this brush pack has some of my favorites. But I'm going to go over some of the things of this pack so you can decide if this is the right pack for you. So I'm gonna click on all of these so you can see. So the brushes that you will get is Anemone, Bottom, Coral, Currents, Eels, Fan, Kelp, Scales, Seagrass, and Sea Life. Some of the brushes on here are gonna be a little bit interesting. You'll see what I mean. So we're gonna take the Sea Anemone brush. I'm gonna fix this because I am a little superstitious and I don't like that number. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. Oh my goodness. Alright, so light versus dark, and it's mostly gonna be something you're gonna want to use on your dark. Now this brush is very light. And this is me pushing very hard, slow, kind of fast. So this brush is kind of, it's a very, what I would call a very light brush. So here is slow, and here's about a medium, and here's a quick. So your speed will very much make a difference. This is light, this is kind of a medium regular pressure, and this is a heavy pressure. It's also sensitive on this brush. As far as I can tell, it's not so directionally specific, but here are your spirals, your zigzag, and your sort of your wave pattern. Your colors, when you put them on top of each other, are going to do this. Just so you know. Alright, so we're going to get to the next brush because there's nothing really that more to show on that brush particularly. The next one is called Bottom. This one does work with both colors. I'll show you while we're doing this. When you put the colors on top of each other, they're going to do kind of this. And this brush is mainly typically used for like doing your sands and stuff. But you can use it for whatever, obviously. That's how art works. So that's at a bigger level. There we go, here we go. Alright, we're going to make this back down just a bit. Alright, so we're going to go, if you're coloring this with the spiral versus zigzag versus the wave, kind of a texture. Hard pressure, medium pressure, and soft pressure. Fast, medium, and slow. So that's what that is going to do. And I'm not going to do all the directions on this one because it doesn't make a ton of difference, I found. So your next brush is called Coral, and I believe this is going to blend a little bit. I believe when you put this one with others, I want to say this is going to blend. Oh, I was wrong. Just kidding. Sorry. That was wrong. Okay. So slow, medium, and fast. Hold pulling it down a little bit, and then just holding it. Heavy, medium, and light. This is a very direction specific brush, so I will show you the directions. So you can see that the directions are very specific on this one. The colors opaquely stack, though you could probably change that with your opacity. And then kind of left and right and up and down. And then this one I'll show you what it looks like at half capacity. Because this does look like the kind of brush that some people may want to know that with. So, get another color in here. Okay, so your kind of spiral, your zigzag, and your that motion. And it does work on both colors. Alright, so your next brush you are going to have is called Currents. And if I believe correctly, this is a very specific type of brush, so I will have to actually get another brush over here for a quick second. Where is it? To show you this one, I believe I have to do, I think I have to do a thing. So I'm just going to show you if this is what I think it is. Maybe I'm incorrect. I'm going to pick another color. I'm going to go back to our current brush selection, which is the Coral Reef, Currents. Alright, so this is kind of like a blendy brush, okay? And it's going to kind of do sort of this kind of thing. This is me spiraling it, this is me zigzagging it, and this is me kind of going like this. So it's kind of, that's what this does. If that makes any sense to you at all. So it's kind of what it does. And then it's too hard. I can't really show you directions and all the things I normally show you. It's just, it's a type of a blending patterny kind of a brush. I'm going to actually leave this here because there's a couple of these type of brushes on here. This next one is called Eels. So this is both ones. This is your wave and your zigzag and your spiral. And here's some going out. Here is in versus out, up, down, left, right. It is direction specific. You got kind of like your spiral that way, spiraling in. This is another brush that would also probably be good if you were doing like your galaxies. Let me just kind of put a couple colors together for you. It's also kind of a nice brush to do glittery thing. You should also know that this is a, I believe this brush is indeed speed sensitive as well as a little bit on the pressure sensitive side. So that is your eel brush. Your next one is called a fan, and this fan is one of these. Alright, so your fan brush, here's just a tap, and this is going to kind of do its own thing. I'm going to go a little bit like this to kind of get it started for you so you can kind of see. If you hold it down, it will do its own thing. Slow. Regular pace and very fast. Here is pushing hard, pushing like a regular pace, pushing soft, slightly pressure sensitive, not super. Here is a spiral, a zigzag. zigzag, and a wave. This brush will, when you stop using this brush, there is a moment where the brush kind of keeps going. So you do need to bear that in mind. And I have found that this happens with some of the brushes and some of the packs on the Corel 7 painter program. And it happened on the 6th program as well. So what happens is sometimes, I'll show you in a second. So here's me going, and then I've stopped. But sometimes if I go like this, I stopped like a second before it actually finished. So you should be aware of that. That could also just be my computer being slow or dumb, but I believe that works on like all of them. So I'm drawing now, and I stopped, and it's still going. Okay, so I'm drawing now, and I've stopped, and it keeps going. That's what they look like when they're kind of together. Your directions. This is going to be a direction-specific brush, a little bit. So there are your directions. And then I'm just gonna go slow. I'm gonna go like a regular pace, and I'm gonna go fast. The faster you go with this brush, well, almost like a dragon. The faster you go with this brush, the more likely it's gonna like keep going for a second. Like it takes a minute for it to catch up. And then this brush does work on both colors. By both colors, I mean it works light and dark. It is still going, and I have literally stopped drawing. So this brush kind of freaks me out sometimes, because it's got like a minute, it's got a mind of its own, and I don't know. I don't really like that brush, my personal self, because it gives me anxiety, because it feels like I can't, it's hard to control that brush for me. Alright, so we have the kelp brush. Works on both colors. Is a very bizarre, kind of does the thing. It's really hard to like choose where you want this brush to go, because like it doesn't necessarily go where you think it's gonna go. So for me, I'm not gonna be able to really test this brush out for you, because it's really hard for me with this brush to kind of like really show you. The next one is scales. Works on both. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so maybe you can kind of see what's going on with the brush itself a little bit better, but it's kind of making this sort of pattern. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna do our directions. It's gonna make a slight difference on how you do it. The order you do this brush will also make a huge difference, okay? So that is something to bear in mind. Some of them don't make as much of a difference. This one is going to make a big difference. So, you know, out versus in spirals. Works on both colors. Couple colors together. Alright. Your spiral, your zigzag, and your kind of your S shape. Okay? So that's going to make a huge difference with this brush. Some of the brushes it makes more of a difference than others. Just wanted to let you know so you can stay informed and make your own choices. Seagrass. Seagrass is going to matter what direction you're using this thing. Okay? This is a, you know, this one is going to be one that really is going to make a difference on how your speed, and also slightly pressure sensitive as well. Your directions going out versus going in. Okay. Your left, up, down. Okay. And then we're gonna go spiral, zigzag, sort of wave pattern, and then different colors on top of each other. And it does, oh my goodness, it keeps doing this thing. It does work on both backgrounds. Alright, so your final brush in this set is called Sea Life. And it works on both. So, slow. Kind of your regular pace, and fast. Makes a slight difference on your speed. Pushing hard versus pushing lighter. Your directions. Okay, so your directions will matter with this brush. The spiral, the zigzag, and the wave. Okay. You can get some really cool effects with this brush. I'm gonna put some colors on top of one another. This is just one color, and it just kind of has like a couple different hues that goes with it. This is different colors on what they do on top of each other. Now this one I do think you can add a secondary color, so if I add a green secondary color, doesn't seem to do anything, just kidding. Alright. So that is your Sea Life brushes. I hope this helped this helped you to make an informed choice on whether this is the right brush pack for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you next time, and don't forget to do something kind for someone today. And we'll see you later. Bye. Thanks.